What's up, all my investors? It's Shadan. I'm back again with another episode of ShINANCE, breaking down the complex financial world for everyday people like me and you so that we can make some money, some cheddar, some butter, some bread, or whatever you may call it. Listen up very closely. Today, we're going to be talking about stimulus package update, the hot and blazing EV market, and the best IPOs of 2020. Before we get into that, I got to show my appreciation to all the first and last time listeners, the people that have been here since day one. I appreciate you all. Just don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video. Comment what you think below. Say hi. Speak on the stocks that I'm speaking on. Give your opinion. I love having debates in the comments. Not even debates, just conversation. And, they're always welcome. So let's get right into it. It's $2,000 or nothing for direct payments to U.S. citizens. And I'm very happy that Trump has taken this stance. Although I'm really starting to feel like this little game that both sides are playing, it's starting to get a little irritating. The fact that, Trump he's acting like he wanted the 2000, but Republicans didn't make that clear to the Democrats, so then they ended up settling for $600 direct payments to people. For me personally, and tell me what you think below, I just don't think that foreign countries should be given money, no matter what the amount is. The people in this country should be given money. If we're talking about bringing America back and building up the American foundation, us Americans need the money. So I'm for Trump standing on this. $2,000 to the people or nothing. I'm not signing anything. He technically hasn't vetoed this whole bill. And to me, honestly, I mentioned in the last video, I think that there's plenty of bailouts in this bill. So, I think why not give the people what they deserve? $2,000. We should definitely be standing behind Trump veto on this one, even though I know Biden was going to possibly get us something down the road. Is this bill set up to make Trump look bad? There's been politicians that's come out and said, we can't break this down. We can't look deep into it. We just have to sign it. And I'm like sitting here like, that sounds kind of wild. Like now all of a sudden we have to sign it. Now we shouldn't look into any of the details. I think that there's a lot of hidden stuff under this hood, and I'm actually glad it's been halted. I do not think that we will get the $600. I don't think that this bill is going to get through this week. They are going to link back up sometime this week, I believe today, to renegotiate this for $2,000 for the people. The Republicans don't seem to be for this. We had a politician that has been with Trump as he's golfing away in Florida that has said, I believe his name is Lindsey Graham, that he is convinced that Trump is trying or will get the people the $2,000 they deserve. I'm just confused at this point. I just don't understand why. And Trump even tweeted out he doesn't understand why politicians don't want the people to get $2,000. I think it'll be great for the economy. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the people should get $2,000? There's many people that are out of work. There's many people that are working. I think that either way, giving direct checks to people in the amount of $2,000 will definitely get people out and about and spending like never before. But it's really up to what Congress decides to do. If Trump, so here's our options. Trump can either sign, and I think that if Trump signs this bill, this will ruin his legacy. He can either sign, or if he vetoes, Congress may override his veto. With I believe it goes by a voting. They vote it out. So if he vetoes it, they can override his veto and still kind of pass it through. And then I don't really think that will negatively affect his legacy because he vetoed it. If that's the way it happens, or they can continue to negotiate and get us, the people, what we deserve. Let me know in the comments which option you think this should all go down. I really don't know at this point. I'm just building my strategy to build my wealth, so I don't have to wait for no check from the government. I advise you to do the same. The electrical vehicle market is the hottest thing right now. Everybody wants in. Everybody wants to be the next big thing. I really started to wonder how many of these vehicles will we really like. Will we be a country of 100% electrical vehicles, 80%, 50%? Will we get that high? I don't know at the moment, but right now we got Apple coming in and saying that they're going to produce a self-driving car by 2024, and this has hyped people up. And let me just tell you, if Apple comes out with a car, that is not the car I want to buy. I'm going to tell you this right now. I may change my mind in the future if I got a bunch of money. But right now, listen, these iPhones, after a year or two, a couple years, they don't work as good as they work. And they may be doing that purposely so that you buy the new iPhone. Listen, if I have to buy a new Apple car every single year, I'm a pass. I'm gonna pass on the Apple car. I just think that they should focus on cell phones and that technology side. I do not want to drive an Apple car. What's next? An Apple Home? It'll just never be ending. I don't think that this is Apple's game. I think now, if Apple goes and purchases a car company, that I feel like that's a whole different ball game. But I think that I'm not believing the hype on this Apple car. I think they just need to stick to their phones, their tablets, their laptops. Hey, Apple, make a better camera on your laptop before you think about making a self-driving car. How about that? How about invest in some of your laptops, because there's still so much improvement that y'all could be doing as a company. So for y'all to be investing in a self-driving car, it's just like, yo, everybody wants in on this hype. Everybody wants to be the next Tesla. And they're going to do whatever they can to disguise themselves as the new Tesla. I don't think Apple's it. I think if you want to invest in the EV market, Tesla is the way to go. Also, and it's going to be pretty wild for me to say this because I was so against this company, but everybody keeps telling me to overlook it, check it out, do some more due diligence, do some more research. NIO might be the next play if you're not going to do Tesla. I'm just going to go out there and say that, and here's why now. Here's why. I keep getting recommended to do some research, and now I've done the research. I've even come across an article saying that China is going to be ahead of the U.S. economy by like 2028 because they're recovering a lot faster on this whole virus. Is that going to be true? I don't know. But if they do end up taking the lead, I think that this is also going to boost NIO. If NIO starts to continue to spread into other countries, that's also going to boost NIO. I still think Tesla's number one, but NIO, they're worth putting on your watch list. That's all I can really say, because I don't, I was talking junk about them a couple weeks ago. Don't invest in China. Listen, if America continues to play, I don't think that we're going to get to where we should be. If they, if Republicans and Democrats can't figure this out, this is getting very nasty. So, and everybody is all the countries are for the electrical vehicle market. It helps out the ecosystem. It's good for the economies. So yeah, Tesla number one, NIO number two. I say if you want to hedge against both of those, Plug Power. It's been killing it all year. It's probably a little overvalued, they'll say, but hey, I think it's another stock you want to put on your watch list. And then you also, I've mentioned it before, you want to put Vail on your watch list if you're even for this hot EV market. I think Vail is going to produce a lot of nickel for a lot of batteries, clearly, because everybody wants to be in this market. Let me know in the comments below which of the EV stocks is your best option. Do you think is the best option? And feel free to share why. Because I feel like everybody has their own opinion. Some people may say, I don't want to invest in Tesla because Tesla's too expensive. Well, how are you looking at it? Are you looking at it from today's perspective, or are you looking at it 5 years from now? We have to also remember it's about your strategy and not just an emotional feeling. It's about whatever your investing strategy is. Stick to it. Make it always better. Do some research, and may the best EV company win. Right. The word of the week this week is dollar. I guess it's a few words. Dollar cost averaging, and it's pretty much an investing strategy that you're going to take up. Let's say you had $1,000, and you tell yourself, over the next 6 months, I'm going to invest parts of this $1,000 each month until the $1,000 are gone. It's pretty much a strategy. And what I always recommend people is to build a strategy. Don't just go out and trade blindly. I think that you could have done that when we were at all-time lows and still won. But now as we go into the next year and we start to range in a lot of the days, how you gain knowledge, how you gain value is by sticking to your strategy. And I can honestly say, from my experience, the times that I have not stuck to my strategy, I have lost. The times that I have stuck to my strategy, I have won. I'm not saying that dollar cost averaging should be your strategy. I'm just putting out there some information to help you start thinking about your strategy. Is it the best? Are you using the best strategy? If you're dollar cost averaging, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how that's gone for you. If you are going with other strategies, let me know how that's going for you. Dollar cost averaging is just part of a strategy. And if you don't have a strategy, be honest with yourself. If you don't have a strategy, start coming up one. Start thinking of how you're going to put together a strategy that's going to work for your portfolio. Like I said, when we were at all-time lows, it was very easy to invest, especially on a month-to-month basis, day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. I don't want to see people losing money because they're not sticking to a strategy. And I can honestly say that I've been told by even other people that invest. Like I said, we got the stocks group chat going, and we always talking about strategy. We was talking about stocks. Shoot me a DM above if you want to be a part of the stocks group chat. We're always just talking about strategies and, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Strategy makes a huge difference. Let me tell you, it makes a huge difference. And this is whatever you're investing. You can be trading in Forex. You can be trading stocks. You can be trading real estate. You can be trading anything you invest in. You have to have a strategy. You have to understand why you're investing in anything. Not just, I like this. I like this stock. This is a good one right here. No, you need a strategy in order to be successful. So start building on that strategy. Dollar cost averaging is just one style. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not giving you investment advice. I'm just saying, hopefully it gets the ball rolling for you to start thinking of some type of strategy. Let me know in the comments if you do have a strategy yet or not, or if you have one and you're still working on it. I'm interested to see what are strategies out there. For me, I'm just long term. I'm long term, and I hold out even on the dips. I hold out. That's my strategy. You got to come up with yours. And of course, I couldn't continue forward as we approach the new year. Had to talk about the best IPOs of 2020. What did I learn, honestly? Because I invested in a few. I was super hyped, super ready for Airbnb specifically. What I learned is, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't fall for the hype. When there's a lot of hype around it, I'm going to keep using the word hype. When there's tons of hype, when there's news articles, analysts, and there's just hype, take a step back, give it a moment, let it drop, let it fall back. Even if you can't contain yourself from ignoring the hype, because that happens to me. I'm just honest with y'all. Like, sometimes I'd be like, I don't care about the hype. Like, I want in on this. And I feel like I can do that because I always have a long-term vision, and I'm willing to hold out. Listen, I'm too prideful to sell for a loss. I will hold out on how much ever money is down until the day comes. That's just how I am, and it's always worked for me. That's why I don't invest anything that I can't replace. So with my strategy, it worked. When the Airbnb IPO came around, it was a lot of hype. before it was even made public. It doubled. It was damn near tripling. And I had told myself, I'm only going to get in to ride the wave and then I'm going to sell. I was okay with that. This is the first time I was dabbling with kind of like a day trading, a weekly trading. And I said, I'm gonna ride this wave. And I watched that chart go up. It went up to like 160. I was making so much money. And then all of a sudden it just started pulling back very fast. I was losing all the money. I was losing everything. I invested. And then it went below what my purchase price. Started losing some more, and people were saying that this was the worst stock, that they were the worst IPO to invest in at these levels, and it went all the way down to 120 and then shot right back up. And guess who's up now? I am, right? So yes, you could have made so much more money if you invested and waited for I could have made so much more money if I invested and waited for the drop at 120. Which only happened like a day or two later and then shot right back up. So that's what I've learned about the IPOs. The best IPO, honestly, for me, looking at everything this year, sorry for the phone, as always, it's always interrupting, is honestly, I think Airbnb is a great one. And I think C3 AI, or artificial intelligence, is another good one. Snowflake, super hype. I wasn't big on Snowflake. Palantir was out there as well. That's software, Palantir. Lemonade Insurance, that was earlier in the year. I think that all the IPOs this year are good ones, but the best ones, honestly, I'm not even trying to be like biased, but I really do think that Airbnb was probably one of the best IPOs of this year. But let me know in the comments what you think. And tell me why. The reason why I think I'm going to lean towards Airbnb over software or artificial intelligence is, and don't get me wrong, artificial intelligence is great. And I think that company with its partnerships, C3 AI, with its partnerships that they put together, I think that they can get a lot of clients because everybody can kind of use artificial intelligence to steer their company or to release new products or do all different types of things. There's just so much information that you can use when it comes to AI. But Airbnb is just disruptive, and I'm long term, but I really do believe in just disruptive innovation, and that's why I'm invested into ARK. And I'm actually surprised that ARK isn't invested into Airbnb. Maybe it's probably not their ball game, but hey. Not everything is for everybody. I truly believe that. But to me personally, I really do think that Airbnb was the best IPO this year. It was hated so much. The hype was so real. They said it's the worst price to be buying in at 150. But when it never reached down below 120. Even at 120, once it hit 120, I can guarantee you it wasn't there for long, my people. It bounced up so fast, back up to 150, 160 mark, and that tells you something. There's a lot of resistance there at 120. But don't get me wrong, all the other IPOs, if you're invested in it, Palantir, Snowflake, C3 AI, those are good ones as well. But my option, I'm going to stick with Airbnb. I'm going to hold out on my investment. If there's another pullback to 120, trust me, I am buying in. Because sometimes you have to scope out these IPOs. You got to watch them. You got to study them for a little bit. If you're having second guesses, just study the stock. There's always going to be opportunity as long as you're patient. That's what I believe. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the guy out here breaking down information and just giving my opinion. Do your research. Let me know in the comments below which IPO from this year do you think is the best and why, so that we can debate like always. Again, I appreciate you all for watching. And if you're interested in joining the stocks group chat, shoot me a DM above and I will get you some details. Stay safe, y'all. Stay smart. Do your research and continue investing so we can build this generational wealth. I'll see y'all later.